Good morning. I am Melanie Garland, and I am with Indiana SHIP. I'm having some video issues, so I'm going to go ahead and stop that to not make you dizzy. But we are so excited this morning to welcome some new faces on our Medicare Monday this week. So I'm joined by one of our routine and most lovely hosts, Miss Susan Spilly. So thank you for being on this morning. Susan, all the love. Susan mentioned earlier we get to spend Valentine's Day together, so we're really feeling the love this morning. But we want to kind of move forward today and introduce some of our special guests. So today's title is We Love Our Volunteers, and we always take any opportunity that we can to showcase our volunteers and our counselors that work so hard all year long, really, helping others with their Medicare options and so much more. So we have teamed up with our volunteer supervisors all over the state today to showcase some of our volunteers. And we are going to just kind of take it from there and let you guys take turns and just show us how awesome your volunteers are in your region. So Susan, I'm going to let you be our little host and walk us through the state this morning.
Susan, we can't hear you.
You're still muted, Susan.
Happy early Valentine's Day. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And I would like to let you know that you can make comments or have questions for us. Just put those in the chat and Melanie is going to be watching those. So thanks to everybody who's participating today. And let's go Northeast Indiana first. Our volunteer supervisor that covers Northeast, and then she kind of comes down to North Central Indiana. Deb Taylor is with her special guest. Good morning, Deb. Tell us all about that wonderful person sitting with you.
I have Sue Ann Reynolds with me today, and I have presented her with her gift for the day. We got to have chocolates, you know, when it gets us through Valentine's Day.
I don't need any chocolate.
Sue Ann is with the league here in Fort Wayne, and she's been with us how long now? You started
in June, it'll be a year, I think.
Yeah. So she's still kind of new, but she has done such good work and a lot of help here in Fort Wayne. So Sue Ann, want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I have a 20-and-a-half-year background in healthcare, being the president CEO of a home health hospice palliative care program. Left there and then wanted to get back into doing work directly with people in need. And so that's how I came to the league. And we actually pursued a grant from the National Council on Aging to be Indiana's benefit enrollment center. So we work with seniors all through the state of Indiana to assist them because they're low income, to help them to get additional benefits like the MSP and the extra help, but also the free phone and the internet service and housing and you name it. And so for me, it was a natural fit to go to SHIP, to become a SHIP counselor, because I didn't feel like we could do our work well enough without having that additional knowledge base and outreach to our Medicare beneficiaries.
So she kind of begged to come on board with SHIP, and we truly appreciate this opportunity to showcase her in Fort Wayne and Northeast Indiana. And I appreciate everything that you do for us.
Thank you. And I appreciate Deb. Deb's a great supervisor. I'm always sending Deb and Susan when I have difficult cases. So I appreciate all the help I get and support.
We are both glad to help you. And I don't know about Deb, but I learn things when you send us difficult situations too. So, so we appreciate that. And we appreciate your partnership with SHIP, and congratulations on being Indiana's only benefits enrollment center. That's a big hat to wear, and you all do it wonderfully. Thank you for sharing that resource and for joining us as a SHIP mate and an enrollment center.
Thanks.
and you'll have to share those chocolates. Okay, now let's just scoot on over to the other side of the state in Northwest Indiana, and we are joined by Krista French. She'll tell you a little bit about what she does and where she does it. But I would just like to point out about Krista in Megan's absence, because Megan is her volunteer supervisor for SHIP, that Krista does her role at SHIP as part of her job as a navigator, but she also spends some of her off work time doing some volunteer things for SHIP. So she's a volunteer and she's a voluntold, and we appreciate her dedication to Northwest Indiana's Medicare beneficiaries and to our program. We think you're terrific, Krista.
Oh, thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. And I'm just really lucky to actually be able to work with, well, now Megan's not here, and a lot of you ladies for SHIP. It's been great to not only represent, I work for North Shore Health Centers, so represent SHIP here and to really be able to assist the seniors in this community has been great. But I had an opportunity last year during open enrollment with Megan. I was able to cover some other counties. We went to Demont and Rensselaer and went to the senior centers and covered some events there. And it was nice to, meet different people. And like I said, it's a lot different than currently, because I'm in Portage, Indiana currently. So to see some of the folks out there was great, and kind of just troubleshoot. And we saw on the one event in Rensselaer, we saw almost 100 people the one day, and it was great. So it's been a wonderful opportunity to be a part of SHIP, and I'm glad that I can spend so many time, helping and doing different counties, and I hope to continue that this year as well.
Thank you. Thank you. And Krista's kind of holding down the fort for us with, she's our point person with all the navigators at North Shore Help. So she's wearing another hat. So thank you for everything you do. We appreciate you. And Megan and I hope you'll join us at the Dutch Festival in Demont this summer.
Okay, yes, hopefully. I wasn't able to do it last summer, but hopefully I can this summer.
Yeah.
State Fair was nice last year. I did that as well.
Yes, thank you for coming to Indy. So let's go straight down from Krista up in Northwest Indiana down to Judy Gainey's area. And Judy Gainey is the volunteer supervisor for Western, kind of central Western Indiana. Judy has a very geographically interesting and long drive area to cover, and she is joined by two of her counselors. Good morning, ladies, down in Sullivan.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Judy, and this is my one of my counselors, Darlene Brown, and this is another counselor, Diana Thompson, and we are coming to you from the financial building at Sullivan County Hospital. Darlene, you want to take it over there?
We're on campus, but we're not in the hospital. We're in the financial building, which is in the back by the dentist office, as everybody says. Actually, just since getting going, we've been very well received this year. We were busy during open enrollment, and of course, we're not as busy at this time of year, but the hospital does reach out to us quite a bit for our resources. And like you said, on the difficult cases, we learned something also. And I do want to say that I did have a lady, actually just happened in January, that we saved $694 a month. Yeah, that is a big savings. She was in her late 80s and finally came to see me after not wanting to come see me. I've known her all my life and not wanting to come see me. And we got her signed up for MSP, and between her supplement payments and her drugs and her Part D, she saved almost $700 a month. So that's what makes it worthwhile.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And of course, I drug along.
Yeah. We've known each other for years.
Ever.
And I was bored. I retired and I got bored. And so she's like, oh, why don't you come volunteer with me? So here I am.
So tell us your
Working on my
name
first
and
year.
tell us your name and what you think about being a true volunteer for SHIP. Di.
Okay, my name's Diana Thompson. I've enjoyed it. It's been my husband's gonna be retiring soon, so I wanted to learn as much as I could to help ourselves. But it's been wonderful helping these people. They're so thankful whenever you save them money. They're just like, thank you so much, because it's just like it impacts their lives. So but I'm enjoying it a lot, and I'm glad Darlene brought me on board.
Just one thing, she's glad I drug her into it.
That's true. The fitness thing I don't know about, but this is worth it. And we work in Terre Haute and in Sullivan, so.
Right. It sounds like you guys have a good time together. That's a great way to, share what you do with your friends, because someone, they just may be waiting to be asked to help, to be a SHIP counselor or a SHIP volunteer, whether it's a coworker or somebody that's a friend of yours. So I think it's terrific that Darlene, roped her lifetime girlfriend into co-counseling, but it sounds like they have a marvelous time down there, whether they're in Sullivan, Indiana, or whether they're in Terre Haute at Thrive West Central. So thank you, ladies, for all you do. Judy, do you have anything like chocolates for your counselors?
Well, actually, no, I'm taking them to lunch.
Well, that'll work too. Why am I not in Sullivan today?
Come on down.
Well, thank you, ladies. And let's continue our cross-state trip to kind of eastish, centralish Indiana, to Sean, our volunteer supervisor for East Central Indiana. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. As Susan said, from East Central Indiana, today I have Bianca first with us this morning. And we are currently at the Community Education Center in Madison County, Anderson, Indiana. This was a SHIP location for a while. And during the pandemic, the Resource Center closed, and they made it exclusive for people to get their COVID vaccines or COVID testing. So, which was really great. They had a centralized location here at the Community Resource Center to help the folks in Madison County be tested and continue with medical treatment and so forth. So it's just been in the last few months, we were asked to come back. They turned it back into the clinic that they did and providing other resources. And Bianca, I will have to say, really helped spearhead this process so that we could get a SHIP home back in Madison County. So really, she just took the reins on that and got that back for us and worked with the folks here at Community. And they've provided us a nice conference room, a computer, a phone line, a copier, and just all of that. So we're happy to be back. And Bianca has been just a fantastic volunteer. I can really count on her for just a lot of things and for returning client phone calls. And she doesn't mind getting her hands in there and getting dirty and helping people resolve those problems. And uniquely, we both have an HR background. So, we usually don't black out on one another when we're talking about problem solving or anything like that, because we share that same passion, background, and experience. So here's Bianca.
Hi, thanks so much for having me come in today. As Sean said, I had an HR background. I did insurance plan design for my company, so I kind of like that stuff. I retired. My husband was disabled, and when his 24 months came up and he was eligible for Medicare, even though I understood insurance, it was a little daunting. So I went to the SHIP counselor in this area, and he just confirmed and made me feel calm and comfortable in what I was choosing. Then when I retired, I said, I want to do that. I want to give back because they helped me, and I kind of understood it. I started as a counselor just prior to the pandemic. But then I did it from home and that was a little different. So that's pretty much what I've done until the community hospital education building opened up. And I think the thing that I enjoy the most, I mean, I love helping people, but I like that there's no time limit. When I was working, you know, I had a lot to do, so I could only like spend so much time with a person. But with this, I can spend 2 hours if I want to. And beneficiaries love that. They're just in this world today. They don't feel rushed when they're talking to us. And that is what I really appreciate.
Right. Yeah. I think that's such an important point that we are very client-centered in our approach to counseling. And some clients they just need 2 hours.
Exactly.
It might be some rapport building that happens first, and they're sharing their stories, and then it might, take you 15, 20 minutes just to get to the Medicare part of your counseling session.
Absolutely.
Right.
But that's one of the wonderful parts of this job, whether we're paid for it or whether we're true volunteers. And Bianca, we really appreciate you holding down the fort in Anderson. We had that office for so many years. It really had a following.
Yes,
So
it did.
when it closed down, we were just at a loss as to what to do, plus all the other things that were going on with the pandemic. So you have stepped up and gotten us rolling with Sean and back in the saddle again. And so now we can well serve people in the Anderson area. So thank you for all of the work with clients and kind of administratively getting that site going again with Sean.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and today we don't have chocolate here today, but we're going to brunch. We've got a couple trips to catch up on.
Yeah.
So we got some photos
Well,
to
now
share.
that sounds fun too.
Yeah.
Krista, you and I are just left out in the dust here. I think Megan owes us a lunch.
So, there you go.
The next time she and I come to Northwest Indiana. So let's see what Melanie's doing for her special counselors down there at SWRCA. That's in the toe of Indiana, way down in Evansville. Melanie, who's joining you today?
All right. Well, good morning. I have Josh with me today, and we are having some video problems, so just kind of bear with us here. But Josh, I had invited him to come on today. He is a volunteer counselor, and we kind of call him one of our voluntold because it's part of his role here at SWRCA to be a SHIP counselor. But he really handles that role so well, and he has taken on so much responsibility with the SHIP counseling. I'm going to go ahead and stop that video just because I don't want to make everybody dizzy. All right. So what I was saying about Josh is that he's really taken such a liking to the SHIP counseling and taking care of his counselors. And so I'm just so thankful for him and how much he has taken on with his role. And so I wanted to just give him a little love today. We almost had a Galentine's Day, but I had to throw in a wrench with Mr. Josh today. So just very thankful for him. And Josh, I'm gonna stop talking so you can talk. And I just want you to maybe just kind of tell us how long you've been with SHIP, because I think that's one of the awesome things. He hasn't been with us long, and he's already a rock star. So, and then maybe share a favorite client story or memory of your SHIP counseling.
So I've been a SHIP counselor for the past 2 years. And I didn't know what I was getting into, but learning about Medicare, especially with the job of being an options counselor here at SWRCA, it definitely helps when you're going on home visits, or it helps us in the resource center where I primarily work to really get into the needs for the client. One of my favorite stories to tell is my very first open enrollment. We were going through a person's drug plan, and turns out they met for a Medicare savings program, and they saved quite a large chunk of money. And that's one of the things that I really like to help people with, because saving money for anybody is a great thing. I love to save money, and I bet all of y'all love to save money on anything, whether it be on groceries or anything online, or especially with medical bills. That's something that you can just tell that our clients, there's a sigh of relief when they hear that, oh, I can save 500, 700, maybe even $1,000 for the entire year. It makes them very happy, and that's one of the things that I truly enjoy about SHIP counseling.
Absolutely, yes. And we're so thankful for you and all you do for your clients and everyone that's been on today. So it's definitely something you do because you want to. It's definitely something you do because you know what the impact you're making, and we really appreciate that. We know it's not hard, or we know it's hard work. It's not easy. And so we appreciate everyone's dedication. All right. Well, Susan, I'm going to pass it back to you. Oh, wait. Let's see if we can get that video here. Chocolate.
Chocolate. Josh scored today. All right. Well, I'll just add my thanks to Melanie's, Josh, and we appreciate your approach to both of your jobs. You know, you got a lot of things to do in the day, and you make time to be a great SHIP counselor, which we are appreciative of. The comments came in. We've got our volunteer counselor up in Valparaiso. Extra points if you can spell Valparaiso. Wendy Masters. She's one of our regular tuners into our Facebook Lives. Hi, Wendy. You know, we love you too. Wendy was on, I believe, last year on our special Valentine's Day show. So thank you for being so supportive of our Facebook Live programs. And unless someone has questions or you want to add something else, I think we've concluded our program this morning. We do want to have a couple reminders of some fun things that are coming up. Mel, do you want to talk about what we've got going on this Thursday? It's a busy week.
Yes, so we do. We have some great upcoming presentations. And so what we have going on this Thursday evening is our New to Medicare webinar. So we do have an event on our Facebook page that takes you to the direct link to sign up for that. It is not a Facebook Live presentation. It is a webinar that you do need to register for. And last time I checked, I think we have about 5 spots left. So if you're watching or you know someone that's interested, encourage them to sign up before we get full. But these are presentations we'll be offering quarterly. So if you miss this one, we'll catch you next time, hopefully. But these webinars are intended for anyone, really. It is targeted for those that are new to Medicare. But even if you're not new to Medicare and you're just kind of wanting a refresher or wanting to learn more, or maybe you're planning Medicare in a few years and you're just kind of wanting to know what to prepare for, this presentation is meant to provide that information for you and just like all of SHIP's programs and information in an impartial way. So we're really excited about that. Again, that's this Thursday evening, 6:30 Eastern time, which means 5:30 Central time. So, and any other time zone, you can check that. So, but absolutely. So we're really excited for that. And then we have, I think it's the 27th, right? Is our next Medicare Monday presentation. And Susan, I'm going to pass it back to you to kind of talk about that one.
Well, on Monday, we are celebrating Black History Month with a great presentation and a discussion with our friend Antoinette Holt. She works for the Indiana State Department of Health, and she is involved with the Minority Health Coalitions. So she's going to talk to us about some health disparities and other things that we need to know. So please join us on the 27th at 10 Eastern Time. That's 9 fast time or slow time or whatever other time that is, what central time. And then, so we'll hear some new information. Also, I just thought I would bring up, we've highlighted some fabulous counselors. Some are counselors because it's part of their job. Others are true volunteers. So this might be a good time for one of the volunteer supervisors to tell folks how people can get more information about being a SHIP counselor, whether you're a volunteer or whether you would like to add it to your hat of things to do for your job. So who wants to talk to us about how you get started and how you find out more?
Hi, I'm Judy Gainey. Hey, I have usually contacted places that I think would be beneficial for them to work with Medicare clients. But on the other hand, I've had some of the people come and ask me. As a matter of fact, I got a new counselor application this morning from somebody I have no idea who it is. So I'll be investigating this person and talking to them about the benefits of being a SHIP counselor. Basically, we just go on to Medicare, www.medicare.in.gov, and it will talk about Medicare and SHIP, and you can actually apply right online at that website. If you would like to call in our office is 800-452-4800 in Indianapolis, and we actually have live trained counselors who answer our phone. So that's kind of a wonderful benefit for those seniors who don't hear well, don't want to talk to a machine. And so that has so helpful with us.
Right. And if you call our toll-free number, like Judy said, you can be connected with a volunteer supervisor who covers your town where you live. And then you could make that personal connection and get one-on-one information. But Judy is absolutely right. Our website contains loads of information about being a SHIP counselor and what SHIP is and what we do. And the application is right on that website. And we walk with you all along the way. We provide great training and follow through, and the volunteer supervisors and experienced counselors walk with you on your journey. No one ever feels like they know everything, as you've heard earlier today. And so we're each other's resource and support. So reach out to us if you think that this might be something fun. And then you can be on Facebook Live one day too. So everyone have a fabulous day. Get out and enjoy the sun and these really fabulous temperatures. It's 39 up in Valpo, according to Wendy, but the sun is shining, so I bet it feels like it's 49. Have a wonderful week. Happy Valentine's Day a little early, and share the love with everybody you know.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.